Hi, boys and girls. We're here to go over your homework for tonight. So we're going to look at page 1, and we're looking at number 1. I'm just getting everything ready for you. Use the chart to help you answer the following questions. So let's look at this chart and think about what we did with our rice today. We had 1 kilogram of rice. We wrote on that kilogram, we broke it apart into 10 equal parts so that each part was 100 grams. When we counted by 100, we ended up having 1,000 grams was the same as 1 kilogram. Then we looked at 100 grams and we broke that apart into smaller sections. When we did that, it took 10 10-gram pieces to equal 100 grams. So let's add that in. Remember we wrote on the board we had 10 groups of 10. 10 groups of 10 helped us with that. Let me see if I can make this smaller. It's a bit too big. There we go. Then we took one of those tiny 10 squares. Whoops, Mrs. Mason is learning how to use this. Yep. We took one of those tiny 10 squares and we broke it apart into another 10s frame. And in one of those 10 squares, it took us 10 groups of 1 gram to equal 10 grams. Over here we had 10 groups of 10 grams. Okay, so let's come down here. Isaiah puts a 10-gram weight on a pan balance. How many 1-gram weights does he need to balance the scale? So we need to think about he has 10 grams. We want to balance the scale. Let me make the text a little bigger down here. He has 10 grams on one side of the scale. We need to think about how many 1-gram weights is he going to need for the other side of the scale so they're balanced. Isaiah will need 10, going back up here to what we were talking about before, 10 1-gram weights. He needs 10 of them because 10 groups of 1 gram is the same as 10 grams. Let's look at letter B. Next, Isaiah puts 100-gram weight on a pan balance. How many 10-gram weights does he need to balance the scale? If we come back up here, there's our 100-gram weight. How many 10-gram weights does he need? He needs 10 groups of 10 grams. So we're going to come down to letter B, and we're going to add another sentence. Isaiah will need 10 10-gram weights. Because if we count by tens 10 times, we're going to get to 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Those are where our 10 groups are coming from. Isaiah then puts a kilogram weight on a pan balance. How many 100-gram weights does he need to balance his scale? Coming back up here, 1 kilogram is the same as 1,000 grams. Let's count by 100s to see how many groups we need to get to 1,000. 100, are you counting with me? 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. How many groups was that? I know you can't talk to me through the computer, but you can still tell me. That was 10 groups. Isaiah will need 10 100-gram weights. Part D. What pattern do you notice in parts A through C? Let's look. We need 10 1-gram weights. We need 10 10-gram weights. We need 10 100-gram weights. Do we notice a pattern? What number do you notice is being repeated? I notice that each question is involving a group of 10 weights. Each question has 10 groups. 10 groups. 10 groups. So 10 is being repeated in each of those questions. I hope this helped you with the front of your homework. The next video will go over the back.